two examples of like the one stream versus the other of books that you worked on as far as scripts go? That way I get contracted.
Like in terms of the writers?
The writers that you guys work with, like specifically.
Well, let's say we have somebody that is like, we talk about Chris Claremont, who's so tight in the panels, versus again, and I've met Fabian numerous times. Fabian will just tell you, okay, Wolverine saber-tooth fighting on this page. You know, so what have you guys run across in terms of what, you know, the stark differences in the people that you've worked with?
I think, like, for example, like Brian Bendis himself, like two extremes that I've met. Like, I work on two books where there's nothing but talking games, and it's so hard. It's like it's like, oh, they're sitting on the table, talking for one issue, and then sitting on the table. How many angles could you put in there? And still keep it interesting.
Right.
And then, yeah, it's like, one writer himself, you have like two different extremes. And then, like, for example, like New Avengers issue 50, there's nothing but all fight scenes. It's like, that's the one that
Greg, you work with a lot of guys.
Yeah. Well, like for me, one thing I've noticed, some writers tend to give you maybe 3 to 5 panels per page as they're writing. And then maybe throw you a splash in there. And then I've noticed some writers, they want to give you 6 to 7 to 8 panels on a page. And that's okay if they are talking heads, but sometimes it's a big fight scene and there's multiple things happening in every panel, and they want all this on a page. It's like, you could have broken that down into 3 pages, and I could have illustrated it much better than having all that information on one page with 7 panels. That's kind of the difference I've noticed in writers. Some I think are more geared towards letting the artist show his strengths, and some are more geared to, I want to put all this into my novel, and you can go ahead and draw what you want to, but I've got to have all this stuff in there, whether you can literally get all that into a single page or not. One time I had this one page, it's a 6-panel page, Mike, with a lot of stuff happening in every panel. And then the last panel is described as a Drew Struzan type poster that reflects back to the previous issue, showing all this action that happened in the previous issue. But that's it. That's supposed to fit into one panel on a 6-panel page. I mean, what he just described there is a whole page. If you're going to reflect back and kind of encompass all the highlights of the previous issue.